Hello, hello, and welcome to today's HCK Live. Today, we are going to talk about 10 books that make you more of a badass. These are books that I have personally read and I have really fallen in love with. Some of them I've read more than once, some of them just once, but they are really amazing books. And some of them are really great for business, some of them are really great for health, some of them are really great for just regular relationships. They all kind of differ. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Health Coach Kylie. I really love to help people in any way possible, and I love to help them kind of change their destructive habits and turn them into good behaviors that last, and without them having to think about what they have to do in order to be different and to be the best version of themselves. So I really like to do that. And I'm also, I'm really excited to have my first cleanse ever, my spring cleanse. I'm super excited. It starts on March 30th, and it's meant to help you lose weight and have more energy. It's called Energy Reboot, Lose Weight the Healthy Way. So super excited about that. But today we are going to be talking about some books. And like I said before, these are the books that I have personally read. We will be talking, the 10 books are You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. I've read this one probably like 3 or 4 times. It's amazing. She has You're a Badass and You're a Badass at Making Money. I love both of them, but today I'm going to kind of talk about the one at Making Money. Second one is How to Talk to Anyone. Third is The 5 Love Languages. Amazing book. Completely changes relationships of all kinds. How to Win Friends and Influence People. 5 is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Just started this one, already in love with it. 6 is Girl Wash Your Face. 7 is Goals by Brian Tracy. 8 is Pound the Stone. 9 is Eat That Frog, and 10 is Empath's Survival Guide. So as you can tell, they're kind of all over the place, but they're really amazing books that can help you improve in all areas of your life. So I'm really glad that you are able to join me, and I will make this pretty quick because I know you guys all have super busy lives. So thank you so much for joining me or watching the replay. So number 1, You're a Badass at Making Money. This is by Jen Sincero. The reason why I really love this book is because she uses her personal story to really make the point. So she'll use different stories in her life, and it really makes the story really pop. So for example, she has a story about she goes to watch this house, and there's 2 goats and a horse, and the goats, they're really empowered goats, and they want to get into the house. They want to get in that house so bad, they make it happen. And she kind of relates these goats who get in the house, they make their dreams come true. They wanted to get in that house and they did it, and they completely destroyed the house while having fun at it. And so she kind of relates that to how you should be with reaching your goals and living life. So it's really cool, the different stories that she has. A really entertaining book. And so a lot of different stories, but there's also a lot of quotes. I have a lot of different quotes on in that book, and I really love it. One of them is, an excuse is just a challenge that you've given your power to. That one really stood out to me. Also, you can have excuses or success. You can't have both. I love both of those. And yeah, and I see, Katie, you just mentioned something. Do you have Girl Wash Your Face? Keep trying to buy it. I will have to look. I don't remember exactly where I found it. I think it's on Hoopla. A lot of these books I have gotten on Hoopla, Hoopla. If you have a Jefferson County Public Library card, you can download Hoopla and get most of these books for free. I think only like 2 or 3 of them you can't get in an audio version of it. But I'll look that up for you and get back to you, Katie. So that one was You're a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Number 2 is How to Talk to Anyone by Leo Lowndes. I don't know exactly how to say his last name, but it's something like that. And it's 62 little tricks for big success in relationships. And I've read this one probably like 4 or 5 times. When I say read, I listen to books. I don't actually like read because I don't really have the time for that, but I drive a lot, so I'll listen to them. like I mentioned, I have Hoopla, and so I'll listen to it on that, and you can speed it up. So that one is like 3 hours long. That's why I've listened to it so many times. But there's 62 little tricks, and they're super easy and effective techniques that will really help you change the way that you use your body language to captivate audiences, and how to come across as confident and incredible and really make an impact in people's lives. And he uses a lot of really great stories and examples that make it stick in your mind. So it's really helpful. I know for me, it makes it really easy to remember things when there's a story behind it. So that is really, really useful for that. Number 3 is The 5 Love Languages. This one is my favorite book of all time, probably one of my favorite books. That is by Gary Chapman. Now, The 5 Love Languages, the reason why I love this is because there are so many there's 5 different love languages, and everyone has a different love language. So just for an example, my love language is completely different than my fiance's. And if you're not speaking their love language, then even if you're trying to love them but you're not speaking their language, then it may not come across as that way, and they may not feel that love. So finding out what their love language is really, really important. And I keep seeing a glare on my glasses, and it keeps bugging me. So let's see. All right, we're just gonna ignore it. So let's see. So the 5 love languages, and so with this book, it kind of helps you realize what the 5 love languages are, and how to realize what other people's love language is, and how to speak that love language. So the love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and gifts. So for me, my top one is acts of service. So doing stuff for me, like taking out the trash or doing the dishes or the laundry. My fiance did all of that today, plus painting some doors, which really, really speaks love to me, and it really shows me that he loves me. That's how I feel love. And then for him, it's physical touch. So cuddling, holding hands, just that physical touch, it really, really means a lot to him. So speaking that same love language, or that same love language as your significant other, so that they know and they can feel that love from you, because everyone's is different. And there is a test that you can take. It's like the 5lovelanguages.com, and you can take a test to figure out what your love language is. I highly recommend it for you and any significant others. So that was The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. The 4th one is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I haven't read this in a while, but I want to reread it because it was an amazing book. This is by Dale Carnegie. And with this one, you're going to learn tips on how to handle people, and obviously how to win friends and influence people. And there's 6 different ways that he teaches on how to make people kind of like you, and how to and make that happen, and then win people over to your way of thinking, and then also how to be a leader, and how to change people without like giving offense to them, or without arising resentment or anything like that. So there's a lot of different tricks in there that are really helpful, especially if you're in customer service. Then that can be really, really important to know how to talk to people, and know how to kind of win them over, I guess, and really influence them and make a difference in their lives. So that was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Number 5 is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. I just started this one. I started it today, and I'm already like 2 hours in, because I drive a lot. And with this one, it's a little complicated at first, but it's not as complicated as his other books. By complicated, I mean, he really goes into the science of things. So he goes into like the quantum realm and stuff like that, which it's really, really fascinating stuff. It really is. It kind of helps you mix your thoughts and your feelings together, and how mixing those together can really make the biggest impact in your life. Because if you just have thoughts, then it's not going to do too much. If you just have the feelings, it's not going to do too much. But if you mix the two together, and you have the thoughts of the future, and you have feelings associated with it, it really makes a really powerful impact. So there's that, and you kind of have to know yourself first and your negative patterns before you can change anything about yourself. And then also when you think and when you feel differently, then you're going to start to act differently. You're going to start to be that person that you're imagining, and then you're going to become that new person. And then it helps you kind of become self-aware and create new alternatives in your life, and then emotionalize your thoughts. So there's a lot of really powerful things in there, and just 2 hours in, I'm already in love with the book. So it's a really great one. That's Breaking the Habit by Joe Dispenza. Number 6 is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. This one, someone recommended it to me, and I read it, and it was fantastic. So this is kind of about, we've all been fed like a whole bunch of lies on like what we can do or what we can't do and all of that, but honestly, our powers are limitless. We can do anything we want. We have so much potential in this universe. So this book is kind of about washing your face and waking up to the reality of life. And you're in charge of your life and whatever you can do, and whatever you can do, whatever you please. And then people will treat you how you allow them to. And so you want to demand the respect that you need and that you deserve. So that's kind of what Girl Wash Your Face is about. Amazing read. Number 7 is Goals by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy has so many books. This was just one that I picked out because it's one that I've read like 2 or 3 times, but he has a lot of amazing books. He's an amazing person. And it's Goals, How to Get Everything You Want Faster Than You Ever Thought Possible. And there's 6 questions to uncovering your potential, 6 questions to rethinking your present moment, and then also 4 questions to kind of set your future goals so that you know what you're going for, you know what that outcome is going to be, so that you can make a plan in order to get there. So that was Goals by Brian Tracy. Number 8 is Pound the Stone. Pound the Stone is a little bit different than other books that I've read. I've read this one, I think, twice. And it's a complete story. So the story pretty much is that there's this kid who's in high school, and he's on a basketball team, and he has these anger issues. So he punches a wall, gets kicked off the team, but he really wants to be on the team. And so the coach is like, all right, you can be on the team if you go through this program through the summer and sell this many books. And he has to go door to door and sell these books. So he goes to live with this different family, and he has to sell a certain amount of books by the end of the summer, or he doesn't get into his basketball team. And it really shows you how to build grit and how to build that perseverance and that determination. And it puts it all into a story mode. And it goes through ups and downs, and it goes through like sometimes even if you are done, you have to push through, and you have to find that motivation and keep going no matter what. And that is a really amazing book and a really amazing story, and it helps it stick because it is a story. I don't know if you guys are like that too, but that is a really great book. Let's see. Yeah, it's very motivating. So, and it also kind of teaches you, like, don't judge a book by its cover, that saying. So yeah, that's a great book. Pound the Stone by Joshua Medcalf. There you go. Number 9 is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, another one of his. And this provides 21 techniques and strategies to stop you from procrastinating and to get more done. It's a really great book, and I know it sounds like the book title is a little weird, the Eat That Frog, but it's like you want to eat the biggest frog in the morning, like the biggest task that you have. You don't want to keep putting it off. You want to do it in the morning. You want to do it the first thing so you can get it over with. And he teaches you, like, plan each day and focus on what needs to get done and take it one step at a time. So that's a really great book, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And then the last one that I have to share with you guys is called The Empath's Survival Guide. Now, this is pretty different than the other, like, self-help ones that I've talked about. The Empath's Survival Guide is for those who are empaths. And if you don't know what an empath is someone, I'm trying to think about how to sum it up, someone who really feels a lot. So they feel when other people have negative emotions, or when someone else is angry. They soak up other people's emotions. They, because sometimes, like, you get exhausted after being at work all day. If you work in customer service, then you have all of those different energies coming in, and they could be negative, they could be positive, but empaths, they really soak all of that in. They soak up people's emotions and all of that. I know I read this book mainly because my fiance is one of the biggest empaths. He feels things to the extreme. Like if someone is incredibly depressed, he will get incredibly depressed because he soaks up all of those emotions. If I'm in a good mood, he like instantly soaks some of that up and he comes in a good mood. He's like a little sponge with emotions. So he's a really, really big empath. And so with this book, it shows you, it kind of goes through, it has a little test on how big of an empath you are. And so you can kind of see if you are an empath and how much of an empath you are. And then it teaches you strategies on how to kind of create a barrier so that you don't soak up other people's emotions, and you can still be empathetic towards them, but you don't soak up the emotions for them. You don't take it away from them and then you have all of those emotions. So that's a really good book to kind of protect yourself and to have that barrier. So there you go. Those are the 10 books that really kind of came to mind when I wanted to share with you guys, because they're really great books and they can really help you in a lot of different aspects of your life. So I tried to put them in order of like what you should read first, but all of them are amazing. I'd say probably the 5 love languages is one that is really important to help improve any relationship in your life, whether it's your parents, your significant other, your kids. Learning that love language so that you can speak it and you can really make an impact. So if you have any questions or if you want any other book recommendations, please let me know. I listen to a lot of books and it really helps keep me motivated. So there's that. Like I said, you can find them on Hoopla. If you don't live in Colorado, I don't think you can have Hoopla. I'm not 100% positive though. So I know it's with Jefferson County Public Library. I don't know if it's with other libraries, but a lot of these are on Audible too. And Audible is $16.95 a month, I think, and then you can get like 1 or 2 books. I just recently got it because I have Hoopla, so you can find them on there too. So, and then you can always find them at the library, at your local library. So if you want to talk about anything, let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. Also, if you're interested in my spring cleanse or you want to learn a little bit more, please let me know. I would love to share with you. And if you're interested, I'd love to have you join and maybe lose some weight or have more energy. I'm in it for all of the energy. I don't need to lose weight, but I'm going to go for all of the energy because I nanny a toddler and she keeps me on my toes. Seriously, she doesn't let me lay down. Like, she gets upset at me if I lay down. It's weird. But thank you so much for watching. And I'll post this so that you can watch the replay. I hope you have a fantastic night and a fantastic weekend. I will see you guys all next week for next week's live. Whatever that's going to be, I'll come up with it next week. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. I will take any of them. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.